Hello there, I am Mooney the Bat, and I really hope that this didn't... Okay, cool. So, this is the thing. We can play the demo now. Basically, this is invalidated. I was already editing... Oh my, that's loud. I was already freaking editing a whole video about this thing that I found in Splatoon 3. At least I thought I found something. And I have, but it's not as big of a difference as I was hoping or thought it was in the beginning. So yeah, this is gonna be kind of a... I guess this is a replacement of that video, and then this is just gonna be me quickly putting this out. Pineapple Head. Yeah. It's also, I recorded like my initial thoughts on this, my initial opening of this earlier, and yeah, I wasn't recording the capture card, so I just have the audio, so that sucks. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. So basically what I found earlier is there's a certain spot in the direct where it looks like the Inkling is moving from left to right and the camera is not turning with the left stick. Basically how it works in Splatoon 1 and 2 is when you move the left stick left or right, the camera turns with you moving. So like if you hold left, you'll eventually turn, well, you will turn left and you'll go in a circle. According to some of the footage in the direct, the Splatoon 3 direct, it looked like they might have changed that. But it turns out that's only partially true. Basically how this works, when you start moving the left stick from standstill, for about 2 seconds, the camera doesn't turn. But after those 2 seconds, it starts to turn, and then you start walking in a circle like this. So like, I can go right, and then it starts to turn. Left, now is when it starts turning. You can see, so it's like, so they kind of did what I wanted. They didn't completely get rid of the camera turning. They partially got rid of the camera turning, which is kind of weird. Like, I don't know why they didn't just either get rid of it completely or add like an option to choose between the two. Instead they have this weird like middle ground where, I don't know. I guess it'll depend on how the game progresses or how we learn it, but like to me it just seems like that'll cause some inconsistencies with it. Random, well, no, it's not random, it's consistent with when it starts turning. But I feel like, I guess it's not so bad, like as long as you're continuously shooting. But like, let's say you... So if you're just swimming through ink, for the first few seconds, it's not going to turn the camera, and then it suddenly starts turning the camera. Maybe it's not so bad if you're just swimming. And also, whenever, another part of this is whenever you turn the right stick, it resets the... basically that 2-second timer. Oh, we can't go back. So like, you can be going left and then it starts to turn, but if you tap the right stick, the turning goes away again. So if you're constantly like, say, slightly tapping the right stick, you can strafe for even longer. Which, with the whole 2-second thing in combination with the right stick being able to reset the 2 seconds, I think that's pretty good. Like, okay, so overall, basically what this is gonna do is people's like, say, first shot accuracy is going to be a lot better. And I know this already feels better than Splatoon 2. A lot of people, I think, aren't even gonna realize it, Like they're gonna say, wow, it feels different, but they don't, you know, they're not gonna notice exactly why it feels different. They're just gonna say, oh, it feels different, something is wrong, or something is different. And yeah, this is basically, I mean, I think it is slightly more, there's slightly less delay as well, but this I think is a more noticeable camera change, is you can strafe left and right, and it's not going to turn the camera for 2 seconds at least. Oh, you can go back here. Okay, cool. So how is this going to affect things? Well, basically, yeah, like I said earlier, people's first shot accuracy is going to be a lot better, because when you're aiming, you don't want to have to account for the camera moving back and forth as well. Like if you're moving around in ink, right? If you start aiming at people, you want the reticle to be exactly where you want it, where you want to aim, and doing stuff like this, like in Splatoon 2, doing this, you'd have to counter the movement of yourself going back and forth a lot more. Like I can do this without having to use the right stick, but in Splatoon 2, to do this exact motion, I would have to use the right stick to help counter the swimming. And this is like, it's gonna be a lot easier. I think we're gonna see people being a lot more accurate, whether they realize it or not, that it's because of the very slight camera change. I think people are gonna be more accurate in Splatoon 3. And you know, I'm pretty excited about that. I definitely like the change. I'm guessing 99% of people are not gonna care, but I really like it. It's definitely something I'm looking forward to playing. I am not going to finish the test range so that I can keep coming back here and actually playing rather than being stuck in the lobby area. Well, okay, one real quick before the video ends. I still don't like that they didn't add any options. Like, okay, what I would have wanted is an option. Okay, let me go back to my main real quick. Okay, so what I would have really liked is like literally an option right here that says left stick controls, or left stick turns camera, and then just toggle it on or off. Like that, it wouldn't have been that hard. Like they literally just had to add an option that says left stick on or off, right? Because you can see right here, the left stick doesn't turn the camera for 2 seconds and then it starts turning the camera. Like, why did they do this? Why did they make it like a weird hybrid half thing, you know? Like they could have just made it a straight up option. It's kind of weird that they did this. I mean, it's obvious that they were thinking about it because they put it into the game, right? They put it into, also your head turns a lot more in Splatoon 3. But yeah, they put it into the game very intentionally. You can clearly see that it doesn't turn the camera for 2 seconds and then it starts turning the camera. It doesn't turn the camera for 2 seconds and then it starts turning the camera, right? It's very obvious. Doesn't turn the camera for 2 seconds and then it starts turning the camera. Like, why didn't they just add an option to toggle whether you want the left stick to turn the camera or not? Like, I don't get it. Like, I guess I know it's Nintendo being Nintendo, but like they literally didn't add any options whatsoever between Splatoon 2 and 3. Like in between 1 and 2 they added this option, the right stick differentiate. They didn't even add the X and Y sensitivities for the motion controls. They didn't add any smoothing options. They didn't add anything. It's just really annoying. I mean, I'm glad they did something. I'm glad that you can now, it's gonna be using weapons like, say, Bamboo, Squeezer, H3 and L3. Using those weapons are going to improve, definitely, I think. I think people are going to be a lot more accurate with those, and I am definitely looking forward to using Bamboo in this game, because the left stick turning the camera was an issue that bugged me for a while, and it didn't bug, like, most people just didn't care. They didn't realize. you know. But like it bugged me in particular, and that stopped me from using bamboo as much as I wanted to. But now I think, now I'm gonna enjoy bamboo a lot more, and I am looking forward to that. But just why didn't they make it an option? Why didn't they add it like right here underneath motion controls? Left stick turns camera, or above motion controls, in between these two. Left stick turns camera, on off. It wouldn't have been that hard. I don't know. Like I said, I'm glad it's there, but I wish it was more. Okay, that's that. Yeah. Maybe I'll make more videos. I don't know. This is just a quick thing because freaking I was making a whole video on. I literally had this whole script out. Like I would talk about it and be like, "Wow, is it a thing? I don't know. I'll show you the proof. You know, in the video, in the direct. There's some clips where you can see okay, so that explains the direct. There's some clips where it looks like the left stick doesn't control the camera, and then there's one clip specifically in the hero mode where you're using the octo brush, where it's very obvious that the left stick is turning the camera, and this explains why, because it's both. It's the left stick doesn't turn the camera for 2 seconds, and then it does turn the camera suddenly. So, yeah. Well, that literally ruins half of that video. I didn't record too much of it, luckily. I did write a whole script, but, you know, whatever. You get this. Yeah. Well, anyways, if you think this is a good change, you know, like the video maybe, I don't know. Just let me know down below. This video is gonna be better, but, you know, whatever. They suddenly came out with, oh, by the way, you can play the test fire now, just temporarily in the menu. And I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, well, goodbye.